You were trying to get that, weren't you?
I was so hard. Catch Nate in a compromising position. Hey guys, Dave from Nerdarchy, 4 Nerds by Nerds, hanging out with my fellow nerds.
Nate the Nerdarch.
And we have devices in hand. You know what that means. Someone's not doing their job today.
The intern taking a sick day.
Yeah, intern Kyle has like a bolo or something.
Well, I hope he feels better soon.
And Nate's like, oh, wait a minute, there's no Kyle here.
I knew there was no Kyle here, but I didn't know. I thought he had some other previous engagement, not that he's ill. So we hope he feels better soon.
Or is he ill?
Oh, call it out fake. I don't know. I see he looks pretty sick, but he could be faking it. Could be part of his Kyle acting skills.
I'm dying.
Any handkerchief that has blood on it, we must inspect it and test it.
I don't know if you want to touch that.
Nate's gonna go, all scientific.
No, I'm cool.
You're gonna need like the whole get-up like you would wear to work when you worked with me a couple times.
Oh yeah.
The respirator and the suit, the biome suit.
I'm without list.
Oh no.
I'll have to do it off memory.
Oh no, a list of what?
Stuff to talk about.
Oh crap. That literally means we're going to be forgetting stuff. Sorry guys, if there was anything important that we were supposed to talk about that we're not going to talk about.
All right, so let's start off with first and foremost. Next week there's going to be a bit of weirdness, bit of change.
Yeah, the elephant in the room, if you will. Hopefully we're even broadcasting. That'd be great too. Because Google's been a butt to us lately. Yeah, so next week, me and staff writer Doug and Ty will be probably there at some point as well as Megan. We were going to be in Origins in Ohio, hanging out, doing Origins stuff.
So if you're going to Origins and you want to meet up with Dave and the writers and whatever have you, send us an email, nerdarchy@gmail.com, and Dave will try and connect.
That is the plan. Are we on live?
I'm still getting errors, so.
Oh, that could be bad. So yeah, and I'm not getting the chat anymore. So you guys may or may not be watching us at this very moment. And I did have the chat. I was in the chat briefly.
So how would we check such a thing?
I will go to the computers. You guys can keep talking about stuff.
So what that will mean, we are, crossing out into the land of the internet, is that Nate and I kind of get a break from doing this whole video thing, and that Dave will be managing and running the live chat from Ohio.
Huh?
I think you really needed your paper.
Yeah, you really needed your paper.
No, we will be doing the live chat here. Well, no, not here. You'll be here. I'll be in my place. We're going to do the noon. We're going to do the noon schedule, Monday through Friday.
I'm talking about the weekly live chat.
Not the daily.
Okay. I was thinking about the daily live chat.
I'm talking about.
We're so confused, guys. They are watching us, and we are going.
All right. So we have weekly live chat, which is this every Saturday most of the time.
Yes.
And we have the daily Monday through Friday live chat at noon. Monday through Friday live chat at noon is going to be Ted and myself. And we're going to be doing kind of like Patreon requests as well as viewer requests.
World
building and basically different topics that some of the Nine and the Nag might bring up.
Indeed. But the actual, the Saturday live chat will happen from Origins with Dave and whoever he can wrangle from our writer crew that happens to be around, and see how that winds up going.
For some reason, we cannot get into the chat from our mobile devices. This is a huge issue. You guys keep talking. I'm going to grab my phone and see if that works.
Well, I'm fine with sitting over at Kyle's spot if that's the case. We're going to talk about some world building. If there's any particular part of our homebrew that you're interested in hearing about, we can delve deeper into that. Put that in comments.
So yeah, look for the Patreon messages that go out there and respond to those. That's the easiest way to give us any kind of directions for those daily live chats or the daily Monday through Friday coming up for next week. Apart from that, we don't have any current guests scheduled, but we will thank the guests that were on this past week. So big thank you to those guys.
We had John Booth on Monday from Think Geek.
No, Geek Dad.
Geek Dad. I'm sorry, mixing up my geeks.
We had Zach from Blues Light Painting
on
Tuesday.
Tuesday. Oh, I'm mixing them all up.
Wednesday was TL
Franschetti. But like, except for that's not even quite correct because you have to like roll the R's a lot more. It's like something, I don't know. Noises my throat might not be able to make. I don't know. But she was awesome. They were all awesome guests to have on. I was really excited to meet with each of them and talk nerdy stuff.
Indeed, I was there Tuesday. I wanted to kind of geek out on the whole painting thing with Zach, and his stuff is really freaking awesome. So I would make sure you check out his stuff. The links to all the videos and stuff is down below. So if you want to go check out any of the live chats that you might have missed, they're down there. Thursday and Friday were gameplays, which you can watch those continuing games each week.
Yeah, and the Friday one was such a pain in the ass, getting that one going because for whatever reason, YouTube or Google, somebody was being a butt, and maybe the internet. I don't even know. Maybe all of them working together combined their efforts to just annoy us.
Powers combined. Oh, sorry. Hold on.
Yeah. Oh, we're making progress.
An ad is showing
up. So this upcoming week, there will be no gameplays for Scarlet Sisterhood, Phase Rip, or Ether Skies. So apologies to any of you guys out there who might be interested in watching that, checking that out.
Tune in the next week.
But the following week, they should resume as per normal.
That's funny. Comic Book University. At Kyle asks, this is proof of your value to Nerdarchy, the Nerdarchy brand. Yes, we need him to sit here and read the comments to us because we are incompetent, apparently. But yeah, hey, look, it only took 3 devices. We got comments now. Like, we can see what you're saying.
All right.
Watch out.
So next week, while Dave is, plumbing the depths of Origins Convention, Nate, you're going to be running your fan game.
Yes, that'll be on Saturday.
Do you have your players?
I've still have to get some of them, but we're on our way.
Okay. All right. So you did reach out and contact, those per the list, and
yes.
Those of you who have responded, hopefully, things are moving along smoothly.
Oh, we have first time live viewer Victor. Welcome, brother.
Welcome, Victor. It's good to have you here.
Sorry, I'm just getting caught up on the chat. I have no idea what these guys have been talking about. So I'm looking for stuff to figure out and blah, blah, blah. And we don't have Ted's net list, so there's sure to be things that we're going to be forgetting.
We're swimming in the ether here.
Yeah, it's somewhere, and part of me wants to leap up.
Well, let's go through a checklist. Do we have anything to give away?
We don't have anything to give away today. We did get the contact, Peter, who won last week. He actually not only wants us to sign the postcard to put in his box.
Oh, we got a first time request, yeah.
But he wants Garibay to sign it as well. He's a big fan.
Yeah. Wow. Nice.
So
Garibay super fan.
When Scott shows up today for my game later tonight, we're gonna ask him if he'd be interested in signing as well.
That's cool.
So Peter, your stuff should be in the mail Monday morning. So that's giveaway stuff. We have your game. We discussed that. We talked about Dave leaving for Origins and how that's going to kerfluffle the standard Nerdarchy schedule.
And Dave, when you're over in Origins, you're going to be interested in getting different videos from actual Origins, not just the Saturday live chat.
Oh yeah, absolutely. One of the things I'm going to attempt to do, I believe there's a button on my phone here when I'm in the YouTube app to go live. So there may be random Nerdarchy videos popping up that are going to be shitty because they're from my phone.
Hey, I'm doing this thing. Go check it out.
Yeah. Well, not even so much that. Just just talk about what's going on in Origins. We'll see how well that goes. I know you can definitely do Facebook Live, but I think I'd prefer YouTube.
Oh, absolutely. So
you're going to give them little slices where you think it's appropriate.
Yeah. Maybe I'll alternate. I don't know about appropriate, but where I believe it'll be inappropriate.
So do we want to give our tentative update on convention for next month?
Sure.
All right. So if you've been following along with all of the craziness and the chaos that is the Nerdarchy's potential convention for next month, it is still up in the air. Dave is going to brave rush hour traffic going down to AC to check out what the space looks like and be able to make a final decision on whether or not we're going to make this happen. We got a lot of people, on the list to contact or have already contacted. We've got a handful of tentative yeses. We've got some yeses that have changed to no's, and some yeses that have changed to we'll see, or I'd like to. But we're still looking to make this happen, and we think this could be something that's really cool. So it would give us the opportunity to really be like, there's an event on this coast. There's an event on this coast. Literally within 7 days.
Yeah, we would really like to do that. We've had two screenings already donated, so that's a lock. One is the American board game. American board game something documentary. I have to look.
Mm-hmm.
I was in conversation. I've been having a lot going on. We don't have the list. I wish that wasn't on the list, but still, I'll blame it on the list. And then the other one was of Dice and Men.
Nice.
So so those things would be really cool. That's why I have to look at the space. I have to figure out if people are donating screenings to us, will we have the ability to actually, have people enjoy those screenings? Ted's dying.
Yeah.
Live on camera for you guys. So we need to know that. Is it basically like a warehouse, a big open space? I don't know what it's going to look like, because it is the Showboat Casino. With all the casino stuff ripped out of it.
Right.
Will we have access to side rooms? Will there be tables and chairs? So we need to know what the logistics are going to be.
Yeah, because if we can't have it where we can have performances and vendors and gaming going on, and each thing kind of given it its own space, it's not going to really flow. And we don't want this to be just a shove everything together and make it work. We want this to be, really cool. This is our first foray into this type of thing, and we want it to be awesome for you guys.
Yeah, as awesome as it can be in 5 weeks. Wow. So there's that.
Well, there's a lot of interesting things on the block for possibilities. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm still waiting to hear back from a couple people about it. And again, the biggest thing is, before we do any kind of real push, we just have to see what the space looks like and what we can work with. It's are we going to have to bring in a bunch of screens if we're doing screenings? Are we going to have to hire a sound person, or is that kind of stuff already there? Because they currently do have a bunch of stuff going on.
Right.
If we have access to the stuff that's already there, it's going to be so much easier.
Indeed.
So there's that. Someone had mentioned Mike Merles is going to be at Origins. Yeah, he's going to be there for 2 of the days. I saw them tweet that out, and we had kind of tweeted back at him. So we're going to be on the lookout for Mike Merles. And
I'll warn any of those cool people that's going to be at Origins. I heard Dave talking about packing a lasso.
Woo! Is it golden?
No.
Damn it! I thought of golden lasso.
Well,
and then I thought of David. Particular outfit I don't want.
You need an Etch-a-Sketch head now, man.
So now I need a pause button in my mind for associations sometime. That's what I really need.
Yeah, so was it the Wonder Woman outfit, or
No.
Stop.
I'm just trying to torture people. I'm thankfully the kind of person that I don't need that I don't do the mental imagery unless I want to. So I get the torture of my friends like that sometimes.
So you're doing it.
Yes. Yeah. I'm just letting you know that outfit, it's going to cost extra.
I said, Nate, your mind knows Dave money.
Yeah. So what else? We got the GoFundMe still going on. Guys, thank you everyone who's been sharing it around.
Yeah, you guys
who supported us.
Absolutely awesome for doing so. If you can't donate or you already have donated, please share it out as much as possible. We've got this great opportunity to bring more and awesome content for you guys, and for every single one of you guys who have said Matt Mercer, this is our best opportunity to get us close to him, possible chance of doing interviews, or making connection to do another interview at another later time. This is our best chance. So if you want to see that happen, This is what you got to do.
Yeah, I mean, there's already been talks of like tours with Geek and Sundry at their offices and stuff. We're not like doing the filming stuff, and,
Right.
and also like we'll be in the green room. And the way it works, they do 4 episodes at a time. So what Satine was saying is she tries to like get everybody together and drop them all in the green room at the same time so they can connect and talk and whatever. So who knows who else will be in that green room that we'll be able to connect with.
Absolutely.
And that's the other thing why we're trying to go to more conventions too, is to meet more people, get connected with more people, get more interviews, get more content for you guys. And also we'd like to hang out with you guys too. So if anyone's going to Origins, hit us up for sure.
And at the same time, if you happen to be, on the West Coast, what is it, Burbank that we're heading towards?
Yes.
If you're close to Burbank or willing to travel to Burbank to hang out with Nerdarchy, Dave and I are trying to, or Nerdarchy is trying to figure out what our travel schedule is going to look like. But if you're in that area and willing to travel, please reach out to us so that we can start setting up, a kind of fan hangout, play some D&D, board games, whatever have you.
And what would be the best way to reach out?
Nerdarchy.com is always the best way to reach us.
At Gmail?
Yes, nerdarchy@gmail.com.
Felt like that was a softball. But,
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yes. And put in the subject something about, let's say,
Whether people
LA.
Origins or,
LA,
West Coast.
Atlantic City. Something.
Yeah, based on your interest in where you're going.
Yep.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Just like we don't even run anymore.
Yeah.
Because we have an awesome set of writers and editors.
And assistant editors.
And assistant editor.
So
Yeah.
Kyle S. shopping list: rope, duct tape, sturdy chair, windowless van. Check. And of course, that is Kyle S.'s shopping list, not Nerdarchy's. Isn't that part of the intern's job? Like especially if you're like intern for like a radio station or whatever, you do all these crappy things and you end up with a criminal record.
It's highly possible.
It's all for the show, man.
Some things just have to happen.
So speaking of the website that Nate brought up, as always, the links are down below. Big thank you to all the writers who continue to make big pushes and driving that website. I heard tale that we're closing in on our 1,000th article.
Don't listen to Ted. Go over to nerdarchy.com and check out the 1,000th article that the writers put up today.
Oh, right.
It must have gone up after I last looked at it. So apologies to me. Apologies to you guys.
No, apologize to me now. Damn it, apologize to Ted.
How can you apologize to yourself? I don't know, but maybe.
Hashtag Ted crush other puny nerdarchists.
Yeah, so 1,000th, I almost said episode, article on there right now.
Yes, it is. I believe that one is by Doug, too. I'm guessing. But
he was talking about it in the author chat.
I don't go there. That's a dark, scary place.
Filled with lots of words.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. At one point in time, I had like 228 missed or unread messages within that chat.
Would you go away for 20 minutes?
It's not that bad, but I think that was like an overnight.
Oh yeah.
You give it 12 to 13 hours, and we'll go crazy.
Well, we've got a lot to discuss.
Yeah, I'm sorry I get lost in the chat and Doug is answering a question, I think, but not sure. Oh yeah, Doug is staff writer Doug or assistant chief and editor Doug. 228 missed is like one day. 15 minutes. Come to Dragon. Yo, I wanted to add Dragon Con too, but with Origins and Gen Con and PAX Unplugged, I think my wife would murder me. I'd be like, just one more. I'm just going. Listen, I'm just going to one convention a month for the rest of the year. It's okay. And then I'm just going to hear the sound of steel and leather as the blade comes out of the sheath. Thanks, Truemate. But I really the praise has to go to the writers because I mean, Nerdarchy put a few articles in there, but at this point they've outwritten us by a lot.
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
we did the first 300 or something, 400 maybe.
We ran it for a while, and for a good long while it was just the three of us, writing articles once Ryan kind of stopped, and then we brought in Nigel and Ty, and we got this group that just started to slowly grow, and it didn't really become this avalanche until December, when I completely severed ties with it and said, "Here you go, Ty. Do what you want with it." And he just started lassoing these other people and bringing them in, and next thing you know, we've got all these great writers bringing this great content, and it's just this machine that just doesn't stop. So it's awesome.
There are folks in the chat working hard to get me divorced.
To try and get you to go to Dragon Hunt?
No, different cons. They're adding more to it.
Oh no, want them off.
Question. When can we see more Nerdarchy Saves the World? Well, first, the world would have to be in peril again.
The world would have to be in peril.
But technically, right now, it's me and the staff writers. We're trying to save the Marvel universe part of the world. Although we do have doppelgangers in that world.
Oh man!
And we have considered maybe trying to take them out and replace their lives.
That's pretty crazy. But speaking of that,
the funny thing is, you guys. So I'm not in Nerdarchy anymore. It's you two and Scott Garibay.
Oh, in this alternate universe?
Yeah, in the alternate universe.
Wow.
And it might be about Blades in the Dark.
But related to the Nerdarchy Saves the World is the monthly Garibay game, which we talked about last week, and that we were doing a poll to try and figure out what the next game that we are going to run is, and our patrons have spoke. It is not a landslide victory, but a solid victory for a non-canon Star Wars game. So,
you know what that means, guys? Ewok Jedis, they're coming.
Ewok Jedi is definitely going to be
battle axe lightsabers.
Dave's hadn't even thought about that. That would be awesome for my weapon. But Dave's son David, D3, however you want to refer to him, he wants to play an Ewok Jedi. There are no stats in the Star Wars RPG for Ewoks.
It's real easy. You just smush a Wookiee.
So, we're going to have to figure out what Scott's going to do there. He could take Dave's suggestion, just change that, meters, down to 1.2 as opposed to 2-ish.
Well, not all that fluff. They're quite muscular.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, Scratch Paper Games. Maybe you're late to the chat. I'm not sure. But yes, if Nerdarchy had a con, what would you call it?
We're still working on that.
So in Atlantic City, the 22nd of July, July, we might be having a con. We're looking into the logistics right now. I'm actually going to go check out the
space tomorrow.
The venue tomorrow, and see how feasible it is. We were starting to line some things up. So I don't know. It'll be probably dirt cheap to get in, and the tables will be cheap, and we're just trying to figure out some cool stuff.
Looking at it'll be a day long convention. Looking at $5 or $10 at the door, $50 to vend. It's pretty cheap for a 1-day convention.
Yeah, I reached out to some people that are not super local, but they're kind of close, like Jim Davis from WebDM and Scotty McFarland from DM Scotty, which would be really great. So I'm waiting to hear back from some of those folks to see what's going on. Jim was in, but now he's maybe not. So I was a little sad. So it doesn't look like we're going to get WebDM there, but we're still working on that in the background. So that depends on some things.
We'll see what winds up transpiring.
Yeah.
So
maybe if you go over to WebDM and demand it.
So the close second was a Savage Rifts, Savage Worlds Rifts game using the new rules, the new system. That was beat out by 4 votes.
Well, then we don't have to worry about it.
Third place was our Mythic Heroes game, which sounded pretty cool using the Cypher system. And sadly, there was only 1 vote from Mutants and Masterminds.
Yeah. The Mythic Heroes game would have been fun. One, it'd been cool to actually play with the super rules
in
Cypher system, which they kind of a cool, unique way of doing it. And then it was going to be loosely based off of if you think of Percy Jackson and that idea. So, but we probably would have opened it up to all kinds of different pantheons of gods and stuff like that. Because if we're going to play the the Scions of God, I definitely would want to be of Asgard.
Yeah. I might go something different. I mean, I typically favor, the Norse gods myself, but I might branch out and go get something Egyptian.
We'll never know now.
Well,
never know.
Someday in the future, if we play a game,
It could happen.
Mythic Hero style.
But so Star Wars game gonna happen. We're still looking at when that's gonna wind up transpiring. But I'm looking at being a gray Jedi.
So there's suggestions for a name for cons.
Oh, awesome! What we got?
Conarchy.
Monarchy. Nice.
Yeah, Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Also, man, are you guys watching the Marvel Phase Rip game run by Professor Bill? He's doing a great job over there. We are having a lot of fun.
So this is totally fan service to Bill. I did reach out to my contact, and he's going to get back to me next week.
So Gary Trent, interview Hackerin from Drunken and Dragons, please, and thank you. I actually did reach out to him, and we were trying to do something. There's a whole list of people that I probably have to circle back to, but the thing is, like, I always do the interviews at the same time slot every day. Right now, they're basically Monday through Thursday, depending on whether we're doing a Marvel game or not. I don't know how long we're going to keep that one going, but Fridays we do the Ether Skies game with Open Legend. So I just like to be consistent and be like, all right, they know they being you guys know to come to Nerdarchy at 12 p.m. Eastern time, and there's something going on in the live. So I don't want to go all over the place with it and make it hard for you guys to find. And also I'm trying to contain the part of my workday to when my family isn't around anyway. So there's that, and there's just a certain group of people or a certain number of people that they actually have day jobs too, so they can't do during the day.
Right.
What? I know, you can't believe it, right? Work is for suckers. Bill and Ted have secrets. Yeah, what are your secrets?
An excellent adventure, perhaps.
We will be torturing Ted later on for information. Don't worry.
Nice.
We will get.
Yeah, we don't know.
Yeah,
Nope.
It's even a secret from us.
No, this totally happened after the Ether Skies game yesterday. Everybody left the chat, including our DM Dave. So Bill and I just kind of chatted for a while, and he was asking for information.
It was so secret. I didn't even know Dave did not know until right now.
Yeah. Freaking Ted. What are you gonna do? So we're about halfway through. If we started at the correct time, I think we did. I think we're pretty close anyway. Oh wait a minute, we're a little late because of the battery episode. Curse you, microphone.
But I think still now is a good time though.
Yeah, we'll bust out the roll call, get that going. So hey, anybody got suggestions for what I should do while I'm in Origins? I haven't signed up for nothing. I didn't sign up for nothing at Gen Con either. Mm-hmm. I'm just like, I don't know. What does one do? I'm just going to go walk around.
Walk around with the camera.
Yeah. I don't know. They're supposed to have a press pass for me at Origins. So I'm going to check that out. It's weird, though. I don't think I can actually get the press pass until Thursday.
Oh.
When does it start?
Wednesday?
They just want you to enjoy the con that day.
But you can't get into the con without the pass.
I can if I use ninja skills. And now we're filming Nerdarchy Goes to Jail.
Just one of them.
Well, that's true. So I believe we got I don't know how you say that, but Hawaii is definitely in the house. We got
what's it? I can't see where it was.
Well, you've only been to Hawaii once, right?
Yeah, it's right there. Zach is in Hawaii. Punaluu?
Something like that. Punaluu?
Punaluu? Yeah. So we have Zach over there in Hawaii. We got Joshua in Kent, Washington. We should probably bring that up too. DSDJKK. Ted, what are you doing with Starfinder? I saw the advertised somewhere, but can't remember. It's Tuesday night. You're playing in a Starfinder game.
Indeed.
There's some NDA thing that I think Ted signed, and if he talks about it, he goes to jail. I didn't sign it though.
I can tell you that I'm in a game. Beyond that, I'm not certain what else I'm allowed to to say. I imagine I'll be allowed to say a little bit more after the game's over.
Doug seems to think I'll be able to pick it up at the desk. I do too, but I thought it said Thursday. But I want to try earlier anyway.
Just walk in, look like you kind of don't know what you're doing.
No, you gotta walk in like you own the place.
Walk in like I own the place. Be like, motherfuckers, Nerdarchy, yo. And the next thing I'm going out in handcuffs again.
Yeah, I go with the. I'm a little confused. I might need to be here. I might need to be there. Could you direct me?
Yeah.
Looking for my pass that I'm supposed to already have.
Gallifrey, is it possible to give suggestions for future interviews? Yes, and even better than that is email and tweet those people and be like, we'd love to see you on Nerdarchy, because if you, their fans, are tweeting at them and sending them stuff, they're more likely to listen to you guys than me going, hey, over here, I think my fans would like to see you. We got Comic Book University in the Folding Castle. Joshua Poon-Lu-U. That's how you say it. Maybe. There's all and Zach, they're busting out all kinds of pronunciations for me. And then I'm probably just gonna butcher those anyway. But Zach, but later tonight I will be in Vegas. Cool. I guess this is a problem. We keep talking. They just go to the other stuff. Georgia here. All right, cool. We got DSDJKK is in Georgia. Arctic Punk 107 just joined, so he probably doesn't know about the roll call yet. Poison is in the house, and Poison is in Kuwait. I actually know that one. And Gallifrey, I believe you're down there in Florida by the Tampa area.
Does anybody know what happened to Lavoyer?
I just heard a guy from Dungeons and Dragons say, "I'd love to be on Nerdarchy." Yeah, we'd love to do. I talked to. Who did I talk to over there? Damn it, I don't remember. I might have been messaging their Facebook page, so it might not have actually been a person.
Well, again, time conflict, another thing.
Yeah. But what I was thinking is one of these days we're gonna have to figure out maybe a week where we just do evenings, and then we just try and get some of those people on. That would be really cool. We got Jose in Tampa, Florida. So both Jose and Gallifrey, we've gamed with them, which is really cool. Arctic Punk is in Alaska.
Oh, with a name like Arctic Punk, that totally makes sense.
Doug's asking where the boy. I don't know. I'm a little concerned about him too. He's been missing. He's usually on all these things.
We'll have to email him.
We've offended him somehow.
I'm just hoping that he's on vacation as opposed to
dead or something.
I wasn't gonna go that dark.
He went right there.
Hating us.
Watching. No. It could be worse than death. He could be watching another YouTube channel. No! DM Bain is in Kansas City. Wow, this is we got Seymour, Indiana from Tom. Trumate is in Wales. This is the most chaotic roll call I've ever done. It's all over the place. Oh yeah, so I guess the Starfinder game, it is going to be aired Tuesday, 8:00 Eastern time on Encounter Roleplay
on Twitch, right?
Yep, on Twitch, Encounter Roleplay Twitch.
And then after the game goes, on Twitch, it will then get moved to the WebDM's channel. Yeah, it will actually be on both. I think you could be able to watch it on either of those places. Although I find rewatching stuff on Twitch is sometimes hit and miss. I don't know if it's my internet, if it's the Twitch thing, or I don't know. But
I've never tried to rewatch something on Twitch. I just thought it was all live.
It is live, but then they can kind of archive their videos over there.
Okay,
that is the rumor anyway. Sorry, they're talking. I don't want to interrupt.
There I go again. Nothing's happened.
Nate's trying to break the set again.
No, nothing's wrong.
We need to put Nate in bubble wrap. Zach, what is your favorite board games, card games? Dun, dun, dun.
Well, I actually like a non-RPG board game. It's called Splendor. It's you're a gem merchant and you're trying to sell the gems you have and also gain more gems. And I like it overall. It's a cool game. My kids like playing with me a lot.
Yeah, we got exposure to Splendor on the Fantasy Cruise, and I have to say that reading the rules, it's this doesn't sound all that enjoyable. And then I played it, and it was really fun. So I totally dig that one. My favorite board game to play is Betrayal at House on the Hill. There's no real role-playing aspect to it, but you could kind of bend and twist the rules to that one. And I know Dave shared a couple days ago that they're actually doing a like D&D crossover with that game that I'm like super excited about. And it's kind of funny when I saw his Facebook post, I'm like, oh, I was actually meant to tell him about that. I already knew.
Yeah, I'd seen it before too. So Staff Writer Doug, he said Smash Up, I think that's the name, is a fantastic board game. Yeah, that's probably one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I like that one for card games, and then for board games, I'll go with Quarters. Well, I don't know if it's a board game.
Quarters is a dice game.
Yeah, I know.
I mean,
but they didn't have dice games in the selection.
Well, dice games are technically fall into the board game overarching category.
You have to roll them someplace,
right?
So you roll them on board.
Yeah, I'm also a big fan of Ascension.
Oh, Ascension's nice. I also like Thunderstone, but it takes a while to play. That's my only issue with Thunderstone.
I dug Thunderstone. I've actually got so much of it, I don't know what to do with it anymore.
Play it. We can play it. Let's play it.
Yep, that's it. We'll throw RPGs out the side and we'll just review board games.
So Kyle asks, how are they doing Betrayal and D&D? Basically, it's Betrayal rethemed as Baldur's Gate, so they just reskinned it.
Yes.
Was like one of you were the traders, like a trader in Baldur's Gate.
Big Fish and Gust and Tackle. I'm so hungover today. I actually took of quite a bit of wine last night and did some buzzed messaging. but I make sure to drink lots of water before bed, and it usually does the trick.
Bunny drank tree juice yesterday. That's the closest I
How'd
got.
that turn out for him?
Well, he wasn't dancing on the table, so.
All right.
Yeah. It can still happen.
Part 2.
Well, we have to wait till
2
weeks.
2 weeks from
yeah.
now.
Oh, that's the other thing worth mentioning. Did we mention that?
We did.
Okay. I wasn't listening.
So if you just tuned in, the live play games that normally play on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, Dave is traveling to Origins, so they will not be there. 1 week hiatus for those.
Yeah, instead you'll get live stuff from Dave periodically whenever
When I remember. As long as I have a steady supply of rope and duct tape, we will have guests throughout the day.
Also, Ted and I are going to be taking over the spots for Dave's live chats that he normally does at noon, Monday through Wednesday, and we're going to be doing world building and other things from the Patreon suggestions.
We'll look in the chat and see what you guys want to talk about as well.
Yeah, Paul Turner asked, what game will everyone be playing on RPG Day this coming Saturday? Dun, dun, dun.
This upcoming Saturday, I actually am RPG free. So maybe,
in honor of the day, you've chosen not to play any.
Well, it just so happens. So perhaps I will be able to get the family and bust out the session 3 of No Thank You Evil. We'll see what winds up transpiring then.
I'll be at Origins, so I have no idea what's going to happen.
But Nate will be running his fan game for.
Yeah, I'll be playing the previous Patreon reward levels from May, I believe. It's part of my space opera series, Spiders from Mars. I'll be playing that.
Nice. Someone messaged us through Google, through the email account yesterday, I believe. They're like, you guys should do something on science fantasy.
Well, I did. So
I think they want videos though.
They'll be able to check that out. It'll be science fantasy. It'll be D&D players in just a science fantasy kind of area.
So maybe one of our live chats that Nate and I are doing, we could talk science fantasy and see how that goes.
Yeah, we could also maybe talk about plans for what I want to do with the previous times before the dragon gods are banished in the world of crazy large mechanical magical apparatus.
Well, first watch 328. We will actually be seeing Scott Garibay in the very near future. We can ask him for you. He wants to know if is Scott G going to come on and do a review of the Stream of Annihilation. He likes to talk about what Wizards of the Coast is going to do next. So I don't know. The thing with that is I don't know if he actually watches live streams.
I don't believe he does. I could be wrong.
Stream games, so
I believe he tends to gear more towards gaming at the table as opposed to gaming online.
Yeah, but some of these games are actually at a table, not virtual per se. They're just recorded and streamed, like Critical Role.
Right.
And the Stream of Annihilation games were that way too. The sets were freaking awesome.
He may have done a video on his channel about it. I'm trying to think. I've seen a few.
Doug will know. Doug will know if he did one or not. He's pretty. He's in the know. Although Doug had watched quite a bit of the Stream Annihilation. Sadly I did not actually watch any of it.
Well, I think we were streaming last time we weren't, right?
Part of it, for parts of it, we were definitely like we're amazed. We're like, I can't believe. What are you guys doing over here? Don't you know Stream Annihilation is going on?
That was last week.
You know what's hard about that for me is like I spend so much time in front of my computer screen. Sometimes it's just like, he did not.
You have to unplug.
Yeah. I'm just like I had enough. Like by the end of the day, I'm just like I do not want to look at this computer anymore, and then I throw it
onto a cushion
and buy a new computer every time.
That's where all that money's going.
Doug at Nerdarchy, Nate, feel free to use the. Oh, you jump, you son of a bitch.
That's not what he said.
It's totally what Staff Writer Doug said.
At Nate, you jump, you son of a bitch.
Yeah. Feel free to use the Spelljammer stuff on the website. Also, for Nate, revive the famous Wizards of Distinction series.
Oh yes,
there is a demand.
Not only is there a demand, but other writers are taking up the call.
Oh yeah. Also, let's see. So Doug, I mentioned that already. Doug says he did not do a video on it. I don't think they mentioned the movie on Stream of Annihilation. I think that's what you're referencing there. I'm not sure what that is. Could be up there.
So I will check out the other Spelljammer stuff. But you can only get so much done in a 3-hour window.
So Doug, he checks out a lot of the streaming stuff and listens to it while he's working. Matt Nerdy, Preach Dark Sun. We got some of that going on. So we've been kind of like bouncing back and forth between our Eberron series and our Dark Sun series.
Eberron's closing in. I think we got 3 more videos left, 2 of which we recorded today. And then after that, it's probably going to be full force into the wonderful desert world of Athos.
Yeah, and then maybe we'll go somewhere after that. Who knows? Maybe Spelljammer. Maybe we could do Forgotten Realms. Oh, wait a minute. They already had that one. Greyhawk. We'll do Greyhawk.
I heard the call for Al-Qadim.
Al-Qadim. I actually don't know anything about Al-Qadim. I would have to learn about Al-Qadim to talk about.
Now, isn't that truly just a slice of Forgotten Realms somewhere?
They are. I heard the rumor they are going to kind of like shove it in there.
Hollow World.
But I don't know if it's true.
Hollow World.
That would be a good one.
That's a good place.
Or Council of Worms. That would be a cool one.
Yeah.
To revisit. What is the red one? Red Mask.
Oh, I don't remember.
Masquerade. I don't know.
Sounds really
Scarlet
familiar.
something. I feel like it was something you were really into. There's Birthright as well.
Yeah, Birthright's a pretty good one.
There's so many. Back in the day, that's all they did was just produce more box sets.
They were good box sets, though.
But yeah,
Mystra.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Flying ships and
yeah. See, I only really like. I get Dark Sun and Eberron. I'm good.
I wouldn't fault them if we got those 2. I would like to see more with Spelljammer. But I mean,
Spelljammer they could do because they could like really attach that right to the Forgotten Realms. That would work out fine, I think.
And it would compete with Starfinder.
Well, sort of. It's not really the same, I don't think.
No, but
well, yeah, I mean, played it yet. You'll have to let us know when you can actually let us know.
Yeah.
Well, I was literally just talking concepts and not sharing any information that I'm not allowed to share.
Tom Harris, all the old modules were rolled into Forgotten Realms, right? It seems like that, with Cows of the Yawning Portal, it definitely seems like they kind of did that, and they're moving in that direction.
And I think that's really a convenience thing, I think, because every time you skip a world and go to something else, you have all the stuff all the orders and industry and everything. You got to kind of like set the stage for what's the baseline of a fantasy world.
But you
so having to do that every single time when you're just going to make like a little a book come out, that's.
But you couldn't fit Dark Sun into Forgotten Realms. You couldn't fit Eberron into Forgotten Realms. But you could.
Everyone would just leave. If you were in Dark Sun, you'd be like, I'm out of here. I'm just going to walk until this desert's over.
But you could fit Hollow World in Forgotten Realms.
Yes, you could. In fact, you can fit Hollow World anywhere. So we should really, I think, Hollow World. We'll have to pull people.
We'll hash it out.
Yeah.
Hey, so Arctic Punk, have you guys ever read the Lost Years of Merlin series or the Great Tree of Avalon series by T.A. Barron. It's a great low-mid fantasy series. I have not.
I'm in the same boat. I'm not familiar with that series.
I think I've read the Crystal Cave for Merlin stuff and Thorian things, so I have not read those.
Then we got Doug chimes in with Hyperlanes is a space fantasy supplement for 5e. Should be out soon. That would be cool. Are there any styles of play that you haven't tried or don't like? Horror, mystery, intrigue, dungeon crawl, exploration, heroic, epic, anything that doesn't gel? From Zach Maples.
So I was talking to somebody, and I don't know whether it was on Patreon or a Gmail or Facebook thing, but like the whole World War I, World War II, I don't have any interest there. So that kind of themed game, not of an interest to me.
So historical fiction combat from the past 100 years or so.
Yeah.
You're like,
yeah. So I either want magic and the past and that kind of stuff, or I want future.
Dinosaurs and bazookas, baby, all the way.
I can get behind dinosaurs and bazookas. I got no problem with that.
I'm with Ted. Like a lot of, I don't like things that are kind of mundane. Like we already kind of have some of that going on in our regular lives. So, I'm not really interested in playing that stuff. I don't particularly care for horror, more so from the standpoint that I don't think it's ever really done particularly well, and it is the biggest problem.
Well, in those kind of cases, like, you get into games where, like, you understand going in that you're probably gonna just die, and to me, that's not all that enjoyable. I actually did a live action role play horror game, and that was okay. That's a Friday evening where I know I've got 5-6 hours that is probably just going to end up in my brutal murder. It's like, well, that's not really all that great. It was fun to do once, but no appeal to go back.
Well, I will add that caveat. I would probably try any particular game once, but if you're going like, hey, play this World War I reenactment game or play this science fantasy game, I'm going to go with the science fantasy game every time. And again, the horror thing, I don't mind that so much either. And but it has to be the game Ted was talking about, where you're like, yeah, you're going to die horribly and it's going to suck for you. Otherwise, I'm not into it because it becomes like D&D, and like in D&D, you're not afraid of monsters. You kill monsters.
With Dave's game, he's got some horror-esque to it, but it's not a horror-themed game where we expect, okay, well, this is just going to end in all of our deaths, and that's that. Like, there's that hero quality that, yeah, we're probably going to be able to survive. We're probably going to be able to solve this mystery and hopefully reawaken Haven and, put things right. Yay! I could be wrong. Dave's, kind of chuckling.
Nah, it's the chat. Hey, Victor, are you watching our Marvel Phase Rip game that's going on? If you were a patron, you could have voted for the Mutants and Masterminds 3rd edition Marvel meets DC. Although you probably still wouldn't have got that game because it got smited by
everything else.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's a good system. I like the concept. Marvel meets DC, but it was vastly outvoted by
everything else. Yeah, I would have enjoyed that. I could be down with some Mutants and Masterminds. We haven't played that in a long time.
It's been a while, a couple of years.
Yeah, maybe. It depends. We did play. You ran a game.
I ran some games.
You ran a couple. A couple one shots.
Yes.
So, but it still might be 2 years ago at that for those.
Well, it's at least 2 years ago.
So, so there's the thing too, right? If you're looking for some more superhero action, Victor, you search the channel for superhero RPG games. I'm sure stuff will come up. There's definitely at least 2 gameplays that you ran. I can't think if there was anything else, but I don't think so.
I'm not certain.
You kind of ran like the same scenario twice for 2 different groups?
2 different groups, different scenarios, and one of them has a twist.
Oh, no.
So as far as games, for me, I have to say the game rules that I dislike the least are also the storyline and background that I like the most. So I really enjoyed playing in Rifts for the story and all the different kinds of things you could do with it, and just a kind of like Dinosaurs and Bazooka kind of mashup thing. But I won't play it if it's in Palladium. I actually I won't play it. I have not played Rifts since college because there is not a Rifts game that is not Palladium.
Savage Worlds now.
Savage Worlds.
Well, I don't know. I'm not familiar with the rules.
It's new rule set just came out.
Okay, I'll have to check it out.
A year ago.
Wow.
You guys say Savage Worlds, I'm like, oh, okay. Must be some kind of superhero game thing. Okay.
No, Savage Worlds is like a generic system.
All right.
I haven't played it.
Well, kind of like generic, like Open Legends.
Yes.
Probably I could probably play Rifts and Open Legends now that I think about it.
I'd say for system. There's a bunch.
But because I dislike Palladium so much, it would be hard for me to translate that over easily. It's not like with D&D, going from 3rd to 5th edition, it's super easy for me to transfer monsters and stuff.
I'm willing to play any rule set as long as I'm into the theme. And I agree with Nate. The Palladium system is not balanced. It's not as enjoyable for me to play. And a while ago, a friend of ours, our fellow YouTuber, ran some games using the Palladium system, and it's like, well, I'm going to play Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles because I get to play Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I don't care that it's a Palladium system, but I'm making a ninja, and it's like, oh, you've only got a 31% chance to being able to climb this thing. What? I'm a ninja. A ninja. It's a rope. How come I've only got a 31% chance to be able to climb this thing?
Well, clearly you forgot about AD&D.
Well, I didn't forget. I just
blocked it out. Traumatized.
Did you have like a super low strength or something?
I don't remember the particulars. It was quite a while ago. But SR2 Joker ran a fantastic game. I thought it ended really well. There was a little bit of a push for a while about getting a second session on it, but
it never materialized. Yeah.
But it was a great game. I actually wound up making 2 or 3 characters. One of the other players was like, yeah, I just don't want to make a character for this. You do it.
And you brought up a good point.
They outsourced the work.
They did.
Yeah, for Palladium, I feel the major upset for me is that the balance. And it's not, like, we talk about, oh, yeah, the D&D characters are pretty balanced, but they're not all, it's not like 100% across the board. Everything is just equalized against everything else because people just have things that they're good and bad at throughout the character system for D&D. But with Palladium, it's just like you could be a guy with a vibro knife and psychic powers that couldn't really do much, comparatively speaking, to the guy who gets a flying mech with missile launchers. And that's like the same character creation, and that's what you get. So that's why, like, if somebody could figure out how to augment that, then you're saying, like, I'm going to check out Savage Worlds, and I'm also going to look into how I could port it over to
Scott has read the rules, so you can actually ask him.
It's like, I'm going to be
Scott. When you get here, you are mine.
It's like, all right, I want to be a glitter boy. I have a gun that's attached to my armor that's so strong. I literally have to inject pylons from my legs into the ground so that I don't blow myself away.
And it's awesome. You can be that.
And you can be that, but then like the counterpart is like, all right, I'm a scout. Like, I'm sorry, there's nothing that Scout can do that's going to stand up to the glitter boy.
And you can play a dragon on that too, right?
Yeah, but you can scout
like nobody else except another scout.
Yeah. Gallifrey, just saw your Instagram post on it. The cleric template's very cool. Where do you get them at Nerdarchy? So actually, who you really should be asking is at Ted, because Ted is actually running the Instagram over there now. So if you like it, don't like it, ask Ted.
Yeah, blame me or ask me, however you want to look
or pat him on the back, whatever you want to do.
So
thanks for running it, so we don't have to.
Arknight, they make those templates for spells. They make monsters. They make maps that you can put out that have awesome, cool stuff. And if you happen to see that post, or you would like to get those cleric spell templates, I believe it's just arknight.com, and then you can go to the shop from there. But the cleric templates are on sale for the next several days. I believe it ends June 15th. But you get like 5 or 6 pages worth of spell effects that you can, they're templates that you can be able to lay out or use. And it's on sale for like $60 as opposed to, I think the normal price is $100.
Oh wow, that's quite a discount.
It's good stuff.
So Victor at Kyle S, the current Marvel Superheroes game is just too fun to watch. The biggest problem, the last session was, you guys don't even know. The last session was hilarious. Some things happened with Kyle. Or should I say Kyle's character? But Kyle's character is Kyle? I don't know. It happened to Kyle. Pretty much it happened to Kyle. And since Bill was the game master, it happened between Kyle and Bill. So you guys can go check that out to see what we're talking about.
Wow.
But the biggest problem is I can't find groups to play classic D&D with, let alone one of the superhero games. Wah, wah, wah. I forget who asked us about playing other games or something. I'm like, you guys, or they might even be like, you guys only play D&D. I'm like, you're kidding me right now? We're playing a dead game, or we only play popular games or like something like that. But in theory, like the game we're running, Professor Bill is kind enough to run for us is Marvel Phase Rip, and that game is literally dead.
Well,
doesn't exist anywhere.
Right now, on a weekly basis, we are playing D&D, Marvel Phase Rip, and Open Legend RPG.
Okay.
Every single week.
And the thing about popular games, it's kind of like, all right, well, is it not popular just simply because it has not gained enough eyes on it to get, like, put it towards the public eye more, and people are like, oh, this is an awesome game. Let me show everybody how awesome it is. Or is it like an obscure, unpopular, like not popular game because it's just simply not that great? You know, like there's two ways of looking at that. So if we were going to, like, there's a higher probability that a popular game is also a well-designed game and also a fun game to play. No offense to the indies that aren't getting the traction, but you know, there is that aspect to it.
But to speak to that, I mean, if you literally look behind Dave's right elbow, there's a shelf full of Star Wars books. We are looking to get back into a Star Wars game, but we've run Gamma World, we've run Star Wars, we've run Cypher System, and the whole idea between the Scott Garibay game that's run once a month is it's a revolving thing that's not D&D typically.
Yeah, sadly enough in some ways, but at the other side, there's so many games we want to play, and there's not enough time. Like, Scott's just lucky we're not like just all one shot, Scott. We're just gonna do one shots or two shots of everything.
Well, I mean, there would be some good and bad with that. I mean, number one, we would get exposure to all these other great games that are out there, but there would definitely be a downside to, like, it's hard to tell a good story in just a single session, and the even worse side of that is getting exposure for a single session. Me personally, I'm not going to retain the knowledge of the system, and that was why I actually reached out to Mike, who's in that other group with us, to say, like, look, I hear you're running Star Wars. I want to play more so that I can get that rule set locked in, because the 4 sessions that we ran with Scott wasn't enough for me to really lock that into my memory of, okay, this is the flow of the game. This is the way this has to work. This is how the dice kind of counteract and balance each other. So, like, I want those longer sessions. 4 didn't cut it for me. So,
yeah, and when it's a new system, you just don't. Everyone's getting used to the system the first run.
Everybody takes it in differently, and Scott is the kind of person that he can sit and read the rules and he understands it. I need to play it, and I need to play it a bunch of times to really digest it all.
Blaze in the Dark sound nice though. Check that out.
When we were talking about it previously at the group, I was like, I'm not sold. But then after everybody left, and it was like me, Scott, and Mike, and we were just kind of chatting, I'm like, oh, he went deeper, and I'm like, oh, this actually isn't too bad. I'd give that a shot.
It sounded like fun when he told me about it. DM Vane, what are you guys' thoughts on where Wizards of the Coast and D&D are heading with 5e? It's a good question. I mean, they're definitely sticking with the primarily adventures, but now we're starting to get more splat books, but they're really releasing them slow. And I don't know if that the idea is they want to release stuff and to incorporate with the game that really doesn't change the core game more than it is, and add power creep.
I think they're making sure that the products that they offer don't detract from the game in any real way. And I think they're using, we've talked about this before, but they're using the Unearthed Arcana to allow the players to not only test and offer feedback, but they then can digest all of that information. Be like, okay, well, this clearly didn't work. We're not going to incorporate that into canon or into official material. But this other stuff, well, this clearly works, so let's go ahead and move along with it. So I'm excited about what they're doing. I would probably like to see a little bit more of a ramp up. I would like to see things that fit in more with official settings, as opposed to, well, this is just adventures. But I mean, if they did things that were more more akin to Curse of Strahd or Tales of the Yawning Portal, I think I might be more interested in those as opposed to the longer campaign arcs that aren't as piecemealish.
I was DM getting my digital game fix on this weekend. Just watched the meat grinder from Stream of Annihilation. I had to figure out the acronym. You guys ever run a game like that? We SR2 Joker again actually ran a meat grinder for us. We haven't seen any meat grinders at our table in a long time.
It's a different style of game. It takes a willing group to want to get into that kind of thing, and it takes a DM that is more interested in the combat. I'm not really there. Like I want things to role play with, both as the DM and as the player.
Role play epic deaths.
So like I could do it. It's just not as enjoyable to me. I've moved away from that style. But
I have it. I can still kick in the door, kill some monsters, and hope to live. But I wouldn't want to do it all the time. I do like developing the character and going on with the story and building things in the game as a player or as the GM. But I could also see where it'd be fun, like be like, all right, guys, line up a bunch of characters because their asses are mine.
Well, I mean, if you come in knowing that, once a year, I could do it. But I'd have more fun as a player than as a GM trying to run that kind of thing.
Well, yeah, and the fun thing about that too is like as your characters get meat grindered away, you get to try new ones. I know we can never end because Kyle's not here. Kyle's not here to shut us down. We are past the time. I know we started a few minutes late. That's why I was letting it go. The guys still have more videos to shoot. I have what do I have? I have a dance recital for my daughter to get to.
Yeah, he's abandoning my game to go deal with family stuff.
I know. Jeez Louise. Hey, guys, thanks again for everyone who's given to us on the GoFundMe. Thank you to all our patrons. Thank you to everyone who's been using our links for Amazon or Easy Roller Dice or Drive-Thru RPG or whatever else we put links to, because if there's a link, you click it and buy something, we probably make something off it.
So I will do one more shout out. If you haven't yet, please share the GoFundMe. Let's get this out to as many people. There's a lot of opportunities that Nerdarchy can do for you by being able to get out west. Not only meeting new people, but meeting the fans that are out there as well. Please just help us get out there.
Besides, we are writing an adventure right now as we speak with you guys called Nerdarchy Goes to Hollywood. You want a Nerdarchy modern game? You got it, but in real life. We will be LARPing as Dave, Nate, and Ted.
I think you forgot my name a moment there.
I'm just very excited about going to Hollywood. It's so funny, and Scott Garibay, when he comes over, he's like, "You guys are literally going to Hollywood." I'm like, I guess we are. It's really weird. It's been a crazy ride that we could not have done without you guys. We really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Thanks for being fans, and thanks for supporting us. Until next time,
stay nerdy.
Now we'll ninja off to the side to hit stop.
Wanted to reach it.